David stormed into his room, slammed the door and locked it. His heart pounded in his chest, his breath came in shaky gasps, and hot tears streamed down his face. His mother, Sophia, heard his sobs through the door. She knocked gently. "David, sweetheart, what happened?" she asked softly. "Leave me alone," he choked out. 2 hours passed in silence. Finally, Sophia knocked again. This time, the door creaked open. David stood there, his eyes red and swollen, fresh tears glistening on his cheeks. Without a word, he fell into his mother's arms. "Tell me," she whispered. And so David did. A few days earlier, he had found a nest in the garden. Inside, a tiny bird stood at the edge, wings trembling. It leapt, flapped frantically, then tumbled to the ground. Again and again, the same painful cycle repeated. David couldn't bear to watch. His heart ached with every fall. So he did what he thought was right. He scooped up the little bird and brought it home. He built a cozy nest inside a cage, kept it warm and fed it. In his mind, he had saved it from struggle. Here it would grow stronger, safer. And when the time was right, it would fly effortlessly. That day came sooner than expected. Excited, David carried the cage outside and opened the door. "Go on," he whispered, smiling. "You're ready now." The bird hesitated. Then it fluttered awkwardly out of the cage. For a brief moment, it hovered in the air, its wings shaky but determined. But then, a shadow. A black cat lurked nearby. Before David could react, it pounced. A flurry of feathers, a sharp cry, and in an instant, the bird was gone. David screamed. Shock, horror, guilt. He felt it all at once. He had wanted to protect the bird, to keep it safe, to spare it from pain. So why had his help led to its demise? Through his sobs, he asked his mother, "Why? Why did this happen?" Sophia wiped his tears and held him close. "Because, my love, you took away the struggle." David blinked. "What do you mean?" Birds don't just fly because they have wings. They fly because they learn how to use them. Falling isn't failure, it's part of the process. Every time that little bird fell, it was learning. Strengthening its wings, understanding the air. Without those lessons, it wasn't ready for the real world. David's breath hitched. He thought back to when he was younger, learning to walk. The wobbly steps, the countless falls, the scraped knees. Each time, his parents let him get up on his own. Because they knew, if they always caught him, he would never learn to stand. It's the same with life, Sophia continued. We think struggle is the enemy. We try to avoid pain, avoid failure, avoid discomfort. But that's like trying to fly without ever falling. Real strength comes from the struggle. And without it, we are not prepared for the world. David swallowed hard. The truth settled deep in his chest. We want things to be easy. We want to protect ourselves and others from pain. But sometimes what feels like kindness is actually taking away someone's chance to grow. And in avoiding pain, we risk never becoming who we are meant to be. David's story is one we all live in different ways. Maybe you faced a challenge that felt impossible. Maybe you have watched someone you love struggle and wanted to step in. But the truth is, growth comes from discomfort. Science backs this up. Studies show that resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, comes from experiencing and overcoming difficulties. Those who avoid hardship are more likely to struggle with stress and fear later in life. So, the next time you feel like you are falling, remember, every stumble, every failure, every setback, it's not the end. It's the beginning of your wings getting stronger. Think of one struggle you're currently facing. Instead of resisting it, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How is this shaping me? And if you found value in this story, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes all we need is a reminder that falling is part of learning to fly. Thank you for watching.